Have you ever wondered why some men walk into a room and the air changes? No fame, no fortune, yet people defer to them. They command respect, not because they ask for it, but because the world senses it, subconsciously, deeply, without negotiation. In a time where respect is cheapened by social media applause and empty displays of status, true power is silent. But make no mistake, it is engineered. Niccolò Machiavelli knew this better than anyone. He understood that commanding respect is not a matter of shouting louder, it's a matter of thinking better. These 10 philosophical tricks are not kindness dressed up as charisma. They are tactical, cold, effective. If you apply them, respect will not be a favor others grant you. It will be a reflex they can't resist. Let's begin. Trick 1. Master the art of calculated silence. Silence is not absence. It is strategy. The weak speak to fill space. The powerful speak to shape it. Machiavelli recognized that people are terrified of uncertainty, and a man who withholds his thoughts, his motives, even his reactions, creates a vacuum that others scramble to interpret. And when people interpret, they project. They assume intelligence, strength, danger, authority, all because they don't know. When you say little, others say more. They expose themselves, trying to impress you, trying to gain your approval. In that dynamic, they place you above them. You don't need to declare your worth, their behavior declares it for you. Silence forces others to imagine who you might be, and their imaginations often crown you greater than reality ever could. So the next time you are tempted to explain yourself, to defend, to prove, resist. Say nothing. Say less. Let your eyes speak. Let your restraint imply control. And when you finally do speak, every word will land with weight. The world listens to a man who knows how to pause. Trick 2. Cultivate a gaze that makes people nervous. Respect begins with perception, and perception begins with presence. Machiavelli wrote that appearances are more powerful than reality, and the most dominant signal of inner power is eye contact. Not the awkward kind, but the penetrating kind. The gaze of a man who does not flinch, does not waver, and does not look away first. The gaze that asks no permission to exist. This gaze is not aggressive, it is assertive. It doesn't scream, "Look at me." It calmly demands that you be seen. It isn't sexual. It isn't emotional. It's strategic. You look someone in the eye and see them. You hold them there until they either submit or shift their posture. That slight shift, that's victory. You must train your gaze like a weapon. Don't dart. Don't fidget. Don't smile too quickly. Let your stillness unnerve people. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Most won't admit it, but they'll adjust their tone, their body language, their words, all because your eyes silently dictated the terms of the interaction. Trick 3. Show restraint. When insulted, then strike when it matters. To be provoked is to be controlled. Machiavelli admired those who understood the game of timing. The man who reacts instantly, emotionally, is easily manipulated. But the man who absorbs an insult and does nothing, he is dangerous. He calculates. He waits. And when he does act, it is decisive and devastating. People fear those who can hold a grudge like a dagger under the table, smiling the whole time. They don't know when the strike is coming, but they know it is coming. That's respect, born from the fear of hidden fire. The key is to never react when expected. Nod, smile, observe, make people believe they got away with it. Then days, weeks, even months later, discredit them, outmaneuver them, isolate them. When you act from strategy, not emotion, your power multiplies tenfold. People will learn. You may be silent, but you are not safe to cross. Trick 4. Speak in principles, not opinions. Small minds argue over preferences. Great minds speak in laws. If you want to command respect, stop offering your opinion like a beggar offers a hat. Instead, speak as if you are declaring truth. Not aggressively, but with serene certainty. Say power respects power instead of I think people respect strength. Say trust is leverage instead of in my opinion trust is important. Machiavelli's greatest insight was that people obey what feels like law. When you wrap your beliefs in the voice of inevitability, others submit, not because you force them, but because they feel they are simply acknowledging what is already true. Don't be afraid to sound absolute. Don't be afraid to sound certain. In a world of confusion and hesitation, clarity is dominance. They will test your words less when you deliver them as final. Trick 5. Radiate controlled self-containment. Machiavelli despised neediness. He believed that dependence is the beginning of defeat. The man who appears whole, who seems to need nothing from anyone, not praise, not validation, not friendship, is the man people can't stop watching. Why? Because he becomes mysterious, and mystery breeds fascination. You must cultivate the illusion that your world is complete with or without others, that you choose to engage, not that you're desperate to belong. This self-containment doesn't mean coldness. It means self-possession. You carry your power like a concealed sword, silent, deadly, and always yours. Don't overshare. Don't complain. Don't constantly update the world about your emotions. Be like a fortress with one visible window. What's inside may be beautiful, but they'll only see it if you let them. That gatekeeping of your inner world, that commands respect. Continued in next message. Trick 6. Make others speak. First, then weaponize their words. One of Machiavelli's most brilliant tactics lies not in what you say, but in what you extract. The man who gets others to speak first, to reveal their thoughts, insecurities, or plans, automatically gains the upper hand. Respect, in many ways, flows to the listener who knows more, and people, foolish or powerful alike, have an irresistible urge to fill silence with noise. Give them that space, ask pointed, brief questions, then fall silent. Nod, wait, they'll talk, and with every word, they hand you ammunition. Then, and only then, do you speak. And when you do, use their own words as leverage. Reframe them. Echo them back with new context. You'll appear perceptive, intelligent, perhaps even prophetic. Machiavelli understood that influence is less about control and more about knowing how to respond. He who listens with strategy commands respect because he knows the battlefield before the first strike is ever made. Trick 7. Turn mystery into power through ambiguity. Certainty is for servants. Ambiguity is the language of the powerful. Machiavelli wrote that it is better to be feared than loved, but more crucial than either is to be unreadable. The man who is too easy to understand becomes too easy to manipulate. But when your motives are unclear, your past veiled, your future unknown, others begin to respect you, often before you've even earned it. Why? Because human beings fear what they can't explain. You don't need to lie. You simply need to omit. Be vague when people ask too much. Say, I have my reasons. Say, you'll see. Say, it depends. Let them wonder. Let them obsess. The more they try to pin you down, the more power you acquire. You are not obligated to be an open book. Be a sealed scroll. Make them work for every page they try to read. Trick 8. Master the performance of grace under pressure. There is a specific kind of respect that can't be faked. It's the respect earned when others witness you under stress, and you do not flinch. Machiavelli saw leadership not in cruelty or calculation alone, but in composure. When chaos erupts and others panic, the man who remains calm, almost cold, immediately becomes the center of gravity. People flock to order, and if you can be the eye of the storm, others will orbit you like satellites around a planet. You must train for this. Control your breathing. Watch your posture. When you're under attack, verbally, socially, emotionally, do not react with the face of a boy. React with the stillness of a ruler. Say less. Breathe slower. Think faster. People will wonder what's going through your mind. That wondering is the seed of respect. Because in a world of overreactions and breakdowns, composure is divine. Trick 9. Punish only once and never without purpose. The powerful man does not punish impulsively. He does so with precision. Machiavelli warned, if you must hurt someone, do it in such a way that you don't need to do it again. Whether in war, in politics, or in personal life, repeated punishment breeds hatred. But a singular, calculated blow sends a message that echoes. If someone disrespects you publicly, correct them publicly, but do so surgically, not emotionally. You are Not angry. You are correcting reality. This is the difference between vengeance and power. Vengeance is emotional and exhausting. Power is economical. You don't seek out punishment. You deliver it only when the opportunity serves your long-term image. When others see that crossing you results in consequence, but that you do not act from pettiness, they respect you, not out of affection, out of necessity. Trick 10. Create distance between you and the ordinary. Respect is never given to the familiar. Machiavelli understood that to rule, a man must create an aura, a separation between himself and the average. This means cultivating rituals, disciplines, even habits that distinguish you from others. It means dressing with purpose, speaking with purpose, walking as if you know exactly where you're going. Even your daily routine should reflect intentionality. While others drift, you move. While others waste time, you disappear to train. While others post and seek validation, you vanish and return transformed. Be elusive, be disciplined, be selective with who gets your time, your attention, your energy. Make your presence scarce. Scarcity breeds value. When you return, they will listen. Not because you demand it, but because your absence made them crave your presence. And that craving, that anticipation, is power. Final note. Wrap up. These are not tricks in the cheap sense of the word. They are weapons of the mind, refined, sharpened, and cloaked in philosophy. Machiavelli never told you to be evil. He told you to be effective. In a world where weakness is masked as virtue and cowardice dressed as kindness, you have two choices. Be ruled by those who master perception, or become the one who writes the script of every room you enter. Commanding respect is not about begging to be seen. It's about thinking like a ruler, even if no one crowned you yet. And if you carry these 10 principles like armor, you won't just be respected, you'll be unforgettable. If this kind of philosophy speaks to your blood, subscribe to Mind and Empire now. Hit like, leave a comment, and share it with those few who still value strategy over sentiment. We're building an empire here, not just a channel. And your mind is the first territory to reclaim.